Good morning, guys. It is 6:30 here in Suka Baru. I just woke up and yeah, had a pretty good sleep. Besides that, I have so much pain in my bottom from riding on that elephant yesterday. But besides that, everything is great. It's fantastic service here. It might not be a 5-star hotel, but the service sure feels like it is. Today I want to explore a bit more here of the city and see what else it has to offer. It's gonna be another good day. So this morning we're gonna go to the SD. So I have the pleasure of having Moko again as my driver. So let's go and see how a local school looks like here in Suka Baru. And here we are, guys. The estate in Suka Baru. Let's go inside and say hi. Hello! I'm here with Tukijah. And we are going to visit first grade here in the elementary school. So the kids, they start here from age 6 until age 12. And then they move to junior high school. And in this small elementary school, there's actually 250 students. So let's go and say hi. Assalamualaikum. Selamat pagi semuanya. Nama saya Kristian. It's okay? Saya boleh sedikit film video hari ini? Oke? Berapa pun?
Untuk menguasai, terkadang kita kondisikan dulu kelas. Jadi kalau kelas belum bisa terkondisikan, kita nyampaikan materi juga belum bisa diterima oleh siswa. Jadi dengan cara kita nyanyi dulu, kita doa dulu, yang nanti mengajak anak itu biar bisa diam. Baru kita masukkan materi. Kelas 1 masih banyak mengeja, belum paham huruf. Jadi kita harus tahu selah-selahnya anak itu. Kapan dia memperhatikan, kapan dia masih bermain, ya kita kondisikan dulu. Saya mau jadi guru itu sudah merupakan panggilan dari hati nurani saya semenjak saya itu dari SMP, school junior, udah pingin untuk saya arahkan ke sekolah guru. Jadi saya pengen ke situ, pingin saya itu untuk mengabdi pada anak bangsa seperti apa kalau saya di depan siswa gitu. Jadi karena kan kita pernah jadi siswa juga kan, jadi seperti apa kalau saya yang tegak di depan gitu. Jadi niat saya seperti itu, saya ingin membawa anak-anak saya itu nanti ke jenjang pendidikan yang lebih tinggi untuk menyampaikan ilmu-ilmu supaya dia itu mulai dari dasar. Saya memang sering kecimpungnya di kelas 1. Jadi merupakan peletak dasar fondasi dalam pembelajaran seperti membaca, menulis, berhitung itu. Jadi kalau dari awalnya anak itu sudah benar, ke kelas berikutnya sudah tinggal mengikuti seperti itu.
Asli dari Denmark. Denmark.
Masih bahasa Inggris kan?
Bisa bahasa Inggris? Belum. Harus belajar ya? Oke.
Yang gitu.
Mau ngomong halo untuk YouTube channel saya?
Halo.
Now I'm gonna try and see if I can join one of the older students' classes as well. Let's see. But it's quite difficult because I don't want to interrupt the classes too much, because as you can see, when I come to a place like this, it kind of takes the attention. You see? So maybe one more class and then I will let them get back to their studying.
Kristian.
Boleh, Kristian Hansen. Nama Indonesia, Kristianto Hantoro. Dari Sabang Sampai Merauke, It's incredible to see how the kids are more relaxed with you as a foreigner when you can speak just a little bit of Indonesian. But I wanted to learn more about the history of Suka Baru, and Moko told me that in '92 the government had started a transmigration program which offered people a free house to live in if they came to Suka Baru. Luckily, I had received an invitation from the current mayor, or as it's called here, Kepala Desa. He agreed to tell me a bit more about the history of Suka Baru, so I went in to meet the head of the village, Pak Wakiti from Yogyakarta, a very happy and a very knowledgeable man.
Jadi kalau Suka Baru ini bisa dikatakan adalah desa induk, desa pribumi. Jadi aslinya ada suku Pekal. Jadi kami pendatang, datang ke Suka Baru ini pendatang. Ya. Jadi sebelum kami datang, ini desa sudah ada. Namun namanya belum desa, masih talang gelumpang dulu. Karena pada waktu itu Suka Baru ini penduduknya sangat sedikit. Kalau sesuai dengan data kita itu cuma 28 kakak.
Sekarang berapa orang tinggal di Desa Suka Baru?
Kita punya 543 kakak. Mayoritas kita masyarakat kita petani, kebun.
And therefore, Moko and I set out to visit some farmers. Okay. This afternoon, Moko is taking me to meet a farmer, yeah? A farmer who is planting rice fields. Actually, 2 weeks ago, I make video and I talk about one day in Indonesia. I want to try Indonesian farming.
Yeah.
And today I can.
Yes, you can try to farm the rice.
Uh-huh.
The rice field, yeah.
And put it in the...
Yeah.
Well, guys, here is the farming episode I talked about earlier. Assalamualaikum. I was stoked to get started, but I had a feeling that the farmers didn't have the same high hopes for my productivity. Bisa membantu dengan farming, ya?
Yeah.
Okay. What they do here is called transplanting. It's the most common form of crop establishment for rice in Asia. First, they cultivate the soil in the rice paddy, which they do so it's easier for air nutrients and water to penetrate into the deep soil for the plant's roots to access. The seeds, aka the seedlings, are then planted first in what's called a seedling nursery for 15 to 30 days. The seedlings are then pulled from the nursery and moved into the main field, which has been leveled, and this is done in order to get higher yields and less weeding. Berapa tahun kerja di sini?
Ya udah lama.
1992.
Kami kan datang dari Jawa itu tahun 92 sampai dari
Oh,
sini.
translokasi?
Iya.
Dari Jogja?
Iya, dari Jogja.
Ya,
Kalau harian tuh kalau laki-laki sama perempuan lain. Kalau laki-laki berapa, Pak Jo? 100, rata-rata 100 kalau laki-laki.
I watched my steps as they had told me there were snakes here as well. Oh, panas.
Airnya panas.
It's like stepping into a bowl of oatmeal. Okay, Bu. Being a rice farmer is not easy. It requires strength and patience. Because the trick is in pulling little by little to make sure that we bring up the roots as well. And then we tie it all together with a leaf, and then it's ready for transplanting. The most difficult part is that you have to sit like this in Tiongkok. Ada.
Ya, ini ada tempat duduknya.
Who is cheating? She has a small chair to sit on. Because otherwise, it would be very tough for the legs. Setelah kerja di sini, sakit? Iya. Capek ya? Jadi Ibu, berapa jam kerja di sini setiap hari?
Setengah 8. Minimal berapa? 8 jam satu hari.
Minimum 8 jam.
8 jam. Tapi ada istirahatnya. Tengah hari jam 12 istirahat.
Setengah jam saja?
Iya,
Jam.
satu jam.
Oh, sejam.
Istirahat.
Oh, okay. The water is so hot. I did not even notice that my butt is in the water. So my butt is completely wet. But the temperature of water must be maybe 38 degrees because I did not feel it. Okay.
Nah, udah bagus.
So after leveling up and farming, we stopped by a small house in the forest where a family had relocated to here from Java, and I wanted to know why.
Erina Catherine, asli dari Bandung sama Palembang.
Kenapa suka tinggal di sini?
Lebih nyaman, pepohonannya masih indah gitu.
Ya ini kita kan di sana nggak punya lahan kan, ditawari teran, kita ikut teran. Kalau di sini ya bisa kita cari lokasi sendiri, berkebun gitu kan. Maksudnya rumah teran itu dikasih itu. Ya senang sekali itu, senang ya. Kita bisa merantau, bisa kerja, bisa cari uang kan.
Alhamdulillah.
Ya.
But before ending the day, Moko took me to a place deep in the forest, and I would soon realize we were not alone. So, but before we finish for today, Moko just wanted to show me this place. This, where we are right now, is the original Suka Baru, where people first lived before it became a village. Here by this small sungai was the original Seblat sungai, and now it's moved over there where we just came from. Moko, what was the name before Suka Baru?
Talang Gelumpang.
Talang Gelumpang.
Yeah. There are so many buried still here.
Why is there people buried here?
Because we living here before.
Ah, there's a grave. Spooky. So they plant these trees to show that this is where their parents is buried. So everywhere I can see tree like this, over there also burial place. So this is actually a graveyard. This is what I find so interesting about Indonesia. 20 or 25 years ago, I was still in kindergarten and I probably already had a Game Boy. But 20-25 years ago, the people of the Desa Baru village lived out here. You cannot see it, you cannot tell. I bet they didn't have Game Boys out here, but I bet they had much different growing up than I had. Probably learned a lot more about the nature. What is this, Moko? Oh, this is protected flower in Indonesia?
Yeah.
What is the name?
Kibut or Bunga Bangkai.
Bunga Bangkai.
Yeah.
It becomes big?
2 meters high.
2 meter high flower. Wow.
You are lucky to see this flower because this flower only can go up every 8 years.
And there will not be another one for another 8 years. I guess I am lucky when I go exploring with Moko. Lucky Moko. Wow. Hey, would you look at that? What appears to be lush jungle for most foreigners, all these similar looking trees are planted palm oil trees. It's a very popular source of income because you can harvest it only 3 years after planting, and half a hectare produces 1 to 1.5 ton per month. The problem is the environmental cost, because it's a major driver of deforestation and destroying the habitat for endangered species. But the day was far from over in Suka Baru, because Moko had invited me to join a local wedding after dinner, something that I had long hoped to experience. The first thing we did was to greet the family, who had been sitting at the entrance all day, and men only greets men and women greets only women. Indonesian weddings are big, and for this one 1,300 people had been invited, and it lasted a full day. Moko tells me that there's a certain structure to follow after the greeting, because first we had to sit down to enjoy some snacks, chat a bit, smoke, and listen to the band. And only after this we could go into the back to get our dinner. The bride and the groom, they sit all day at the beautifully decorated podium where guests can come up, say congratulations and take pictures. And luckily for me, it seemed everyone was happy with the foreigner attending the wedding. Unfortunately, this is my last day here in Suka Baru. It is time to continue the journey towards my next stop, which is going to be a place called Kerinci. And I really pray that some of you will want to come here someday, because this place is amazing, the people is amazing, and it's such an adventurous experience. Don't expect a lot of signal, don't expect a lot of air condition, don't expect a lot of English to be spoken here, but do expect absolute adventure and incredible kindness of the people. So come to Suka Baru, guys. I promise you, you will have an awesome experience here. Ready? Okay. And to end the episode, here are some wise words from Moko that I am taking with me.
Moko, what was it you said yesterday? Gotta do it, senyum. Gotta do it, senyum juga. Senyum.
And that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned, because more videos are coming soon as I set out to explore the mountainous Regency Kerinci in the Jambi province. And until next time.